Thank you, Tony. Well, cuts to city services, no more events like PVD Fest, tax hikes. Providence's mayor warns all of those are possibilities now that the city's been ordered to pay up in its funding fight with the school district.
As city leaders wait to hear how much they owe, students are rallying to save school programs from the chopping block. Alex Torres-Perez begins our team coverage live from Providence with what both sides are saying. Alex.
Well, Mike and Shannon, Providence Mayor Brett Smiley is preparing for the worst as he waits to find out how much money the city has to pay the school district. But the mayor says that the consequences will be felt across the entire city. Dozens of students marched out of class Tuesday to City Hall to protest the ongoing funding battle between the city, the state, and the school district.
The fact that we're in this position in the first place is just completely disgusting.
And Mayor Brett Smiley isn't happy about it either.
I have little kids coming up to me saying, "Mayor, don't cut my sports." And that is intentional. That is intentional that they put sports and bus passes on the top of the list. What's not on the list? High-cost administrators, multi-million-dollar consulting contracts.
But now Mayor Smiley is getting ready to make some tough choices as he waits for the judge's ruling on how much the city has to pay. The mayor says it could be anywhere from $10.9 million to $85 million. Money the school district says is needed.
At no point was I or the district ever trying to bankrupt the city. Never. I am a resident of the city. Why would I want that?
But the mayor warns it'll be catastrophic.
If it is the high end of the range, that is truly worst-case scenario.
The city already put a hiring freeze in place and asked all city departments to pause any discretionary spending. But more cuts could be on the way, from eliminating all future grant programs for services like libraries to getting rid of additional patrols and even getting rid of community events like PVD Fest and New Year's Eve.
The only other way to pay for this judgment is through a tax increase. And that is also on the table.
The city council president says she will vet the decisions to make sure the least amount of harm is done, but students say it shouldn't have come to this.
We should not have to choose these major parts of our city as like ultimatums.
And we were expecting to find out how much money the city will have to pay at tomorrow's court hearing, but that's now been postponed until next week. So for now, we'll just have to wait and see what actions the city may have to take. Reporting live in Providence, I'm Alex Torres-Perez, 12 News.
Alex, thank you. And Mayor Brett Smiley says the city can handle finances better than the state-run school district, that it's time RIDE gives the city control over the schools again.
Target 12 investigator Alexandra Leslie continues our team coverage with that angle. Alex.
Well, Mayor Brett Smiley and City Council President Rachel Miller are renewing their effort to regain control of the city's school system. They say while they would still be making cuts, they'd be prioritizing them better than the state-run district could.
Earlier this fall, Education Commissioner Angelica Infante-Green recommended the state extend its takeover of the Providence Public School District, which has been in place since 2019, for up to another 3 years. But Providence city leaders say the time to take back control of the district is now.
Enough is enough. If we're going to be forced to send a blank check, we want some oversight and financial control over this district.
A RIDE spokesperson says a lack of proper resources enabled dysfunction and underperformance, which is why the state took control in the first place, adding, quote, "City leaders have repeatedly stated they are ready to prove to the state that they are prepared to regain local control, but their budget priorities say otherwise."
Our city is not a bank for a state-controlled experiment. After 4 years, it has become abundantly clear the state takeover is not working.
But the superintendent of the state-run school district says the city has shortchanged the school district. City leaders feel otherwise and say good progress has been made to make the schools whole.
When I hear that we were the ones that mismanaged funds, absolutely not. We only turned around and we did our funds based on what we expected that the city was supposed to give us.
The district says if they don't get nearly $11 million in additional funding, school sports, bus passes, and more will be cut this week. Smiley says Providence is now also being forced to make tough decisions, but that the city would still make cuts if the schools were under local control.
But the cuts that we would prioritize would not be the ones that are freaking out middle school kids in our city.
In order for the city to get back control, they do still need to submit a transition plan, which would need to be reviewed by the Education Commissioner and approved by the State Council on Elementary and Secondary Education. With the Target 12 investigators, Alexandra Leslie, 12 News.